Na, szevasztok srácok! Itt újra Reb Devil beszél, és ez itt a Witcher 3 White Hunt. Blood and Wine folytatása. Na, ott hagytuk abba, hogy Regisszel kell beszélni, ha kész állunk az indulásra. Meg is tesszük.
There you are. Might we say...
See no reason to
Itt
dawdle.
hagytuk abba, ugye?
Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
Na, mi az?
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesh and Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
Oké, csináljuk. Tessen Mutna. Szóval ide kell hoznom bestiákat. Valami ilyesmit magyarázott az előző részben. Nem igazán tudom most így az ötletet így teljes egészében.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
You lead.
Már van is egy áldozat.
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger.
Akkor veszélyes.
Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
Kellett a vámpírjával, nem tudom.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once. Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our realm to this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
Tessen Mutna cuccos. Várja még.
Human husbandry and care. This for real?
Oh.
The author
Embertenyésztés.
observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough
Alapos
survey.
munka. Embertenyésztés. Minden. Most kedvelem ezt a helyet.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. Great many beings have breathed their last here.
glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call
Ez
tribes,
Mordekár
dispersed throughout
Malazárnak
the
a
world after the conjunction.
jele.
My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Dead, those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham, my tribe, and Detlav's. We both remained in this part of the world.
Whose is this glyph?
Amarun. They ventured beyond the sea.
HBEH.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the Dead, those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
Itt lesz bezárva. Ide kell bezáratni. Még jönnek a bestiák. Erre emlékszem.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were
Ha jönnek a
tormented,
szörnyek,
suffering blood he could not
nekem
taste.
látni kell.
Thus they
A
also
sötétben
kept
is.
humans
Úgyhogy
here. Humans
villanyt
whose blood
lekapcs.
was slowly let. Kagmar ranted
És a macska szem
pain as those whose
elővételre
slowly
kerül.
to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. It is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it, ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then.
Dögevő csali.
Place the bait at the tunnel entrances.
Még mielőtt lerakom az
Monsters
utolsót,
will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got
Elmentem.
here, sends shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
és persze, vissza az idén. Még mielőtt lerakom az utolsót.
3 done. 1 left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. Its stench is so thick, I'd wager it kills to create a Novigrad.
Na, szép. És most itt egy mentés. Úgy, hogy életet öpzselünk be. Krumpli borsok van. És úgy, hogy meditálunk egyet. sötét legyen. Mert nekem erre a hatékony a fecskére szükségem lesz. Ment is elfelejtettem, de most meg is teszem gyors. Szólj, resisznek. De emlékszem, ez nem volt könnyű menet. De elmentettem.
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do. We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent. Also, my head has started spinning.
That the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what did you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Calm you down. Somehow.
Please, go. You won't be able to. We must forge through this, that is all.
We just smell the blood.
Na, mi lenne a tüzelnél?
Good, because I can hear more coming.
Kell mennie teljesen. Nem így! Jesus. Az Istenit.
Hold on, I'll let you out. Need to hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you anymore.
Megcsináltuk jól.
Get you out of here.
The concoction.
can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you.
Nem semmi, mi? Nem semmi ez a DLC sem.
Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me.
We need not discuss it.
But we do. Because if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture...
What would you have done?
Found Dettlaff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No. Because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you. The pain is my way of paying my debt.
The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff.
If I had to do it again, I would, in a heartbeat.
Resonance. It's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
Ez a történet csak úgy meséli magát. Nem semmi. Ott a csávó, Dettlaff.
Excuse me. I shall only take a moment.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting. The Count...
Sir, you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Ah, fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Dettlaff?
Mi volt arra a levélre ráírva?
And
Sajnos
then
nem
mother
tudjuk elolvasni.
insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh?
Sajnos mi nem tudjuk azt lefordítani.
But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates.
Forgive me.
What?
Kilőttem magával.
awake at last. You ride like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Hát,
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy. Seems Dettlaff had made friends with him. Still killed him. Chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse. Cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Dettlaff I know. See anything else?
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Dettlaff. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly the situation provoked such emotions in Dettlaff. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Dettlaff first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the Port District. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Dettlaff.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with?
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
Cipőpucolót kell keresnünk. Gondolom megtisztítjuk a cipőnket, aztán közben kérdezgetjük a kisrácot, mert ugyebár az a apja vagy, nem tudom, talán a rokona lehet. Esetleg. Na, miben akadtál meg, Geralt? A kikötőbe gyorsítozzunk. Ezért is csináltam meg a mellékküldetéseket, hogy így lehessen ugrálgatni. Mellékküldetésekkel együtt vizébe bebarangoltam úgymond a várost is, mert volt egy pár. Ezért is érdemes előbb az ilyen open world játékokba körülnézni, mellékküldetéseket megcsinálni. Mondjuk ebben nem csak... Hoppá. Mondjuk ebben nem csak a főküldést is, csak a
Bootblacks don't usually work nights. Need to come back during the day.
nappal kell visszajönni. Lista. Oké, én nappal jövök vissza, ha? 11 óra megfelel. Alkahely, vagy mi ez?
So how would you
Főzet is,
explain
mi
it?
van az?
Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pites, we're always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you. You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
All you need to know is, long as I'm here, you're not gonna touch the boy.
Is that so? Then we'll come find him once you're gone.
Try it. and I'll find you.
Is that a threat?
Yep. Leave the kid be and piss off.
Oh no. No northern ship titler insults us. We'll pummel this fine
Északi bari baszó.
the piglet. Get him! Bad move.
Not good.
Circle him!
Ja, összeszedem magam, várjál. És nem mehet a kakáról, ha? Én akartam itt...
I'll take him from the neck!
Let's end this.
Yes! Csak összehoztuk, Getsz. Összehugyozta magát a félelemtől, oda néz.
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast, on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you. And these men. What are they doing?
Nothing really. Had a little misunderstanding. Figured it out, though.
Uh-huh. I see. As the Duchess's protege, you may go. But this lot, that's another matter. You'll come with us. Some time in a cell ought to scare the dimwits out of you. Come on.
Na és most jössz, kis csávó.
You're very good with your
Beszélj.
fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morn you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow, so what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it. Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Oh, wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they've just come off my stamp. A seat, sir, please.
A seat, sir, please.
So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An arrival? Indeed. I hear a faint bell ringing. A modest sum might make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
What? Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
Got it all planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
Hagyjak neki pénzt.
No way. Not about to contribute to your shady venture.
Sajnálom.
You'll tell me what you know, for free.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. As you wish, sir. I know the fellow.
Az ilyen gyerekeket sajnos a gazdagságnak
Steady
elvinni.
patron. Gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No? But you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis. The air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Rendes kis csávó. Nem akartam pénzzel.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach.
Adjuk egy kis krumplit, mert túl kevés az
Saw
életünk.
that. Meaning the right thing to bribe them with.
És az íjat fedezzük. Mennyire zsisz? Vagy regis, vagy nem tudom.
Red door. One the boot black mentioned.
Menj a játékboltba. Megyek.
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, "Detlef, I'm coming for you." A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Hogy ödébb pattan a izé. Ja, csak ennyi? Ő át tud menni a falon.
Nice. Ever consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that would come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
Ez a sok holló egy kicsit azért rosszat sejtett. Játékbábuk, meg minden.
He here? Sense him.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around. Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime.
Mi ez?
Somebody fixed this recently.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently. Nice little trinket.
Mit nem mond? Emellett a... Ja, azt hittem emellett a szekrény meg mögött.
Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys.
Lehet, hogy az áldozatai, nem?
Let's go. So this is his nest. Need to look around.
Gyanús levél. Mi van ebben?
Edloff van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renowed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe. You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure. Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Dettlaff killed not of his own accord. A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Any idea what it could be? Dettlaff have any enemies?
Indeed. Dettlaff gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous. As you well know, having faced Dettlaff yourself.
Whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renowed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him the time before he came round to save me, though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
Take it you have your doubts.
I know humans better than he does. Their capacity to be disloyal, dishonest. I also know she took her things. Not something one associates with the kidnapped, or those who disappear against their will.
I'll save you the trouble of asking. No, I don't know why she left. I can, however, hazard a guess that Dettlaff grew angry one day, showed another, more monstrous side. Dettlaff's anger could frighten anyone off, though those who see it get no chance to flee.
Dettlaff have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing?
And Dettlaff is so much more emotional than most humans.
Not only was she his beloved,
Csinos nő.
his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Dettlaff ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy as pie for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renowed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find out.
Even if Renowed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean
Hát nem
nothing to
éppen
him.
Yennefer a barátnője.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more.
Levelek.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count de Lacroix.
Dettlaff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter. All of it written using the same ink.
Én úgy emlékszem, hogy Dettlaffot kellett megölni a
See the
végén.
color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite.
Lehet, hogy máshogy is lehet dönteni?
Only in.
Nazaire. But I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
This slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either. Especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murder.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Detlef's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Missouri ink, and not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detlef's innocence, clearly.
Hát...
Not how I'd put it. Doubt it's how the Duchess will see it either.
I trust you to convince her. And then...
What? Go on, don't be shy. See, you've got it all figured out, including the grin I gotta wear.
It's a rather bold plan, but... Were we to find Renawed, we would strip the blackmailers of their...
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detlef? You gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No. He'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detlef and I both.
Nem tudok. A borszentoló. Hercegasszonynak kell jelentést tennem. Oké. Most már nem hintázik az a ló. Ajjaj. Kilakoltatási határozat.
So is that a witch murdering folk?
Na, menjünk a hercegasszonyhoz. Ott a covidos gyász. Már megyek is. Összegít nekem, basszus. Igen, én vagyok. Mit akarsz? Yes? Hol járunk? Hány percnél? 44. Jó, még 16 perc.
Drink! Give me a drink!
Give me a drink. Büdös alkesz. Damien. Melyik is az a Damien?
Geralt of Rivia, Master Witcher.
Yeah.
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast? I couldn't kill it. Didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Ademarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Whoa, this is work for a Witcher, not for your guardsmen.
Yet when a Witcher fails, my guardsmen must step in. I'll take my best. 40 hardened veterans. No vampire can stand up to that.
40, 50, 100? Doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ah.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem. Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnap the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. As soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop! In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Est, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
Semmi.
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Sara too. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. Saint-Réal, the 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Ravello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table. Perhaps some Saint-Réal was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
Saint-Réal. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance to
Én
partake
meg igen.
of it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Tudom a történetét.
Didn't stop it from ending up on
Sangria.
that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Saint-Réal, it is Saint-Réal. We must ride to Castel Ravello at once. Discover what has happened.
Wait. Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Witcher should go alone.
It pleases me to see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Witcher, are you ready?
Mehetünk.
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing. Then we will be off.
Közben megnéztem, hogy nektek úgy menjen a hang, mint a múltkor, amikor elkezdtem valamelyik videót. Valami plusz hangot adott. És most töltöm a kontrollert, mert lemerült. Még mielőtt belekezdtem volna a videóba. De úgy hallom, hogy nem. Azért volt ez a kis mozgolódás. Hál' Isten, hogy nem. De elég voltam már lovon.
This vampire, have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure, but he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
Istenem. Ennél gyorsabban nem tudtak menni?
Hunters have attacked the wagon! We must help!
Stay back, Your Grace. We shall see to this.
Back, you beast! Be gone!
Come on!
Csak 42-es. Én 48-as vagyok. Engedd el.
Done. Time to move on.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunate
Thank
to
you.
happen
Thank
fine.
you. Thank you so very much.
So very much.
Tell me more about this vineyard, Castel Ravello.
It's the best in all Toussaint. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabrizio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a servant. Could be the steward. Maybe the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall know when we arrive. It's not far now.
Akkor jó lenne belehúzna. Rajtam nem múlik.
Not so fast, Roach.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed.
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabrizio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
Came to see you. Got some questions.
In this land, it is seen as polite to introduce oneself before asking any questions.
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabrizio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about Sonreal?
I am at your service.
The Sonreal. How many vineyard workers have access to it?
One might say only I do.
Not like you make the wine all alone. At least a dozen others work here.
I see you've little notion how wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Sonreal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration personally and let no one near the fat. Workers, again, assist me during barreling, but then I seal the aging barrels myself, each and every one. The wine lies in the cellar, gains character. Once this process is complete, it becomes Sonreal. And as it happens, only I have the key to the cellar in question.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a...
Your Grace? How am I to understand this?
Master Fabrizio, we have proof someone's gained access to Sonreal. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not...
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to... Remind me, where is the Sonreal stored?
In the main cellar, around...
I shall find it. Give me the key to the...
Of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
We shall wait here, Master Fabricio.
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabricio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
Yes, Witcher?
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Everything lines up at first glance. Neat.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
Got Pamino over here. Est. Think everyone and their mother's heard of this wine.
Among the best in the world. Castel Ravello is famous for it.
De nem sangria. Nem sangria.
Ervelus. I like it. Quite dry.
An excellent wine. You've good taste.
Oda. Itt tudok följebb menni. 70-es évjárat.
1270 vintage.
That's the wrong year. Keep looking.
Vigyázz! Muszáj voltalak átugrani, bocs. Meg vagy.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Full.
This one is full.
This one's full too. Full. This one's full too. Full. Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of sangria? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Hordócsapok. What? Ja, tényleg a kalapács. Ezt nem vettem föl.
Wooden hammer for tapping barrels.
Maradj ott.
Got the taps.
Then get to work. Let's broach those barrels.
Ready.
Step aside.
So?
I'd recognize this taste anywhere. This one is good.
Hallott még. Kész.
Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Beszélj, te tulok! Nem baszott be tőle a csaj.
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace,
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sorial. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything, if you agree to show me mercy.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered
This man's name.
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and...
I've no Cintrin aristocrat at court.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool. Very foolish.
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart and...
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy...
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabricio to the dungeon. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Sentry and Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
Oda kell mennem, mi? Nagyon remélem. Nem egyből akció, meg innen. Az a 16 perc már biztosan letelt. Mikor mondtam? Ó, nem. Na jó. Még úgyis van idő. Elvileg. Elviekben. Túl sok nincs.
Relax. Now we wait.
Most egy kicsit tovább megyünk, mint egy óra. Negyed 9-kor kezdődik Manchester United meccse, addig megyünk.
Ah, our favorite vintner.
It's not him.
Wow. Fölgyújtottam a többieket, és Segász túlélik. Damien is van. Elkezd égni, aztán eltűnik róla az égés. De égős író volt.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Don't need to like each other. Just gotta do our jobs.
If that's how you wish to treat it. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions.
Egyiket megöltem. Hogy maradt életbe?
Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call it...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Sure can. Fresh out.
In that case, he's all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Na hajrá.
Barrels. Where were you gonna take them?
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to go. But he lies over there, dead. That one. The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port. But where this one was bound, I don't know. I speak true. You must believe me.
Who hired you?
He'll kill me.
Oughta be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for his cape. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Gyors.
Let's go to town.
Let's focus.
He's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes...
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another... And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception.
The Mandragora. What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a...
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find...
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there,
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place. A residence in Oatville. It's a... Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville.
Na de jó. Na megint egy másik gúnyába.
I should double the patrols, just in case.
He's no hero. That's the butcher of Blaviken.
A választható megcsináljuk akkor. Gyorsan.
Hey, is that not this cur with the price on his hip? Get it!
Na viszlát, hagyjatok engem még ki. Majd ezek egymással elintézik. Vérdíjat tűztek ki a fejemre.
Any takers? Last call, then I go home.
Macka. Legalább az utcalányok nem támadnak nekem.
Keep calm! Start no brawls!
Sacre bleu! It's a crime.
Excuse me? All jests aside, let me see what you got in your ward.
I'm more than...
that's all I need for now.
Ever your servant, sir.
És azt onnan tudom, hogy megfelelő. Le kell venni a kardokat is. Ja, a nyilat is. Mi hiányzik?
Welcome.
All jests aside, let me see what you got in your wardrobe.
Esetleg. Csizmát is vettem. Ing.
Thanks. I think that's all I need for now.
Ever your servant, sir.
Jó, ebbe fogok menni.
You are the famed Geralt of Rivia, are you not?
A bank. Lehet, hogy itt kéne abba hagyni. Ja. Nem sokára kezdődik a meccs. Úgyhogy innen fogjuk folytatni, srácok. Dobok egy mentést. Jó? És akkor innen folytatjuk. Addig is. Szép napot nektek. Szevasztok.